Hello,
Not a dog.
hello everyone, and welcome to the stream. You're all unmuted. We were talking about sweet, sweet, buttery dogs.
Butter
My name's
dog.
Obsidia. I'm the DM of this campaign and everybody's favorite Death Knight. As is tradition, we are going to do a round the table introductions by everybody before I do a brief session recap and jumping right into the gay. So, without further ado, we have Kamar.
I thought you said jump into the gay instead of the game,
I
but
did say
they both
gay.
apply. Yeah, they both apply. So yes, hi, hello. My name is Illya. I go by Royal Knight VT on both Twitch and Twitter, and I am the resident time mage, cat wizard here, and always a good time. I love these guys. Thanks.
We love the gays in this house. Just realized you were over loud. Okay, next up we got Illya.
Yelling. Yes, hello everyone. My name is Lily, and I'm playing Illya in this lovely campaign. Happy to be here with all these people, and excited to have a good time. Just chilling, hanging out, and most likely getting to sad shit because here we go.
There we go. I gotta break you. Thank you.
Hey, yo.
Lily, yo. Next
Yo.
up, we have the horniest milk this party could ever hope for. We've got Lady Euphoria, emphasis on the cocks.
Hey yo, howdy y'all. I'm Maris. I play Lady Euphoria Cox, emphasis on the Cox. And I play everyone's favorite hot pink tiefling MILF. Happy to be here, happy to be queer, happy to get up to sad shenanigans with my friends. Let's go.
Thank you, Maris. Next up, we got your pal Malral.
Hey, I'm Malral, and I think my reactive image is backwards. Let me try and fix that real quick.
You're facing all the right directions of mine.
No, my mouth is open when I'm not speaking.
Oh, yeah.
Lol.
Oh.
Bamboozled.
Hopefully that fixed it. But yeah, I'm Malral. I wasn't here last week because I was overworked at work. Down with capitalism. But hey, I am Dragonborn Daddy, and I am here to play. If you like RPGs and stuff, come by my place.
Excellent. Fucking capitalism, am I right? Next up, we have last but never least, we got Shani. It's your birthday.
It is in fact not my birthday. Please stop saying that. They keep giving me cake. It's gonna go right to my fat ass.
All caked up.
Hi, hi, my name's Shani, aka Sith, real last night. I don't really have any announcements to make. I'm kind of taking a break from streaming until December because I'm just tired. I love you guys tons. Butter dog, please apply butter to your dog.
Make sure your dogs are properly buttered. All right.
Yes.
So, previously on Eberron, Ashes of the Last War, our party was continuing to celebrate their final interlude, the period of rest and relaxation before they get ready to square up and throw down with the Ashbringers and their diabolical plot to potentially hurt a lot of people. So first of all, we had the tragic defeat of Kai Shen in every carnival game by Euphoria, as he and her bantered and attempted to secure significant owlbear plushies for their mutual waifu Illya. But due to Euphoria's incredible skill and Kairos' poor rolling, Euphoria was almost fully blew him out the gate. Just everything shattered. But he managed to win out in the end by getting a double smooch. You'll love to see it.
A win is a win.
A win is a win. Sometimes girls like losers.
Boy failures.
Is it fail husband? Is that the equivalent of a fail wife? Then next up, Euphoria actually had a civil conversation with her ex-husband Augustus over funnel cake, where she talked about how she'd be leaving for a long time when all this is done. And, Augustus kind of commented that he was happy that, to actually see her happy for once after everything. They were just not meant for each other. And, he reminded her that even if she's leaving for a long time, that she's going to outlive him. And so she still needs to come by every now and then to be a part of their daughters' lives. And then Euphoria proceeded to aggro his wife against him, as is tradition. Because if there's one thing Euphoria loves, it's antagonizing his French wife. Next up, we had, well, this is not in exact order because I'm looking at my notes. At the start of this, Shani met up with Kairos when he arrived at the house and, did her first big reveal to him since the airship, really. So, he probably still hasn't put two and two together that Shani and Sess are the same person. But she proceeded to absolutely seduce and bamboozle him with the promise of, maybe in the future they could date, but, they're not going to date now. So maybe they can hang out at the carnival. And he was very flustered. Additionally, Shani had a meetup with all of the hot girls of the party and NPCs to get bad bitch lessons so that she could be better at how to win friends and win over people. To which Euphoria clashed significantly because Euphoria was basically like, you don't have to be anybody except yourself. Stop trying to be weird and be somebody you're not. And Shani's like, but I want to be somebody I'm not. And in turn,
He just wants to be better.
In turn, everybody gave her lessons, and Larissa gave her a guitar so she could learn to have a real talent, as Larissa said. And also there was a meeting with Sylonia giving Kamar a magic journal that she made long ago that could basically have an essentially infinite number of pages. And she used to put all the things that made her happy in it, but she determined she didn't really need it anymore, and it would probably be better served in Kamar's hands. So she gave it to her and told her the basically the password, if she ever wanted to look at what Sylonia had put in there, is Sylvana. So just an interesting note on that. And aside from that, I think that was everything. Does anybody have any else that they remember that I have forgotten?
The kitties had a heart-to-heart, but
the cats had a heart-to-heart
Yeah.
on the roof.
Mhm.
About how far they've come and how different they are from where they started. And
their teachers are fucking.
and all of their teachers are fucking. That is correct. Oh, and Paige got roasted by her professor for looking into the future after she specifically told her not to. But her professor still loves her, and Shani gave Coach some shit for being Coach, and him and her professor refusing to talk about how they banging. And additionally, there was also, that was the thing I'm thinking of. Shoot. I don't remember, so I'm just going to pretend that didn't happen. Oh, there was the celebration actually where Shani and Kamar were given little jeweled mind flayer head medallions by the governor of Greywall as thanks for all they did a year ago to preserve peace in the city and everything. And everybody cheered, and there was much rejoicing. Now, we hop back into events. We're going into the past. We're going into the past of the festival itself, where we're going to reconvene with Malral. So before the festival begins, as the processional of NPCs come to the house to stay, there will be eventually a ringing, and you'll hear a familiar goblin voice. It sounds exactly like another familiar goblin voice, but they are fundamentally distinct in game. where you see a little va-va-voom stacked goblin with her black hair going over one eye from the town of New Hui, and she'll come in with her little suitcase and look up at Malral and go, "Hey there, big fella."
Shui-lun, I'm glad you can make it.
Well, I got invited to a party, and well, reconstruction can only keep you busy for so long.
You definitely look like a party girl, he says with a
you,
bit of a smirk.
you better believe it.
Well, I'd be happy to show you around the festival if you want.
Oh, I got an escort? Well, la-di-da, I guess I might be kind of a big deal here.
Of course. Can you imagine what everyone would say if they see us together? Just imagine the amount of popularity I would get having you around my arm.
Well, first thing they would do is see that super tall dragonborn, and then if they decided to look down far enough, they could see me.
And I could let you ride on my shoulder.
You have to buy me dinner first, sir.
I can do that.
Well, then I guess I'll have to get ready for this festival.
I look forward to it.
And then time will go by before the festival happens. And as the
Also, goddamn it, I just noticed I'm on the to-do list like 3 times.
Well, it's because you literally weren't here last time. That's on you, not me. So with that, the festival will happen, and we can jump to you and your girl, Shui-lun, walking around the festival. So you guys are like really big deals here. I guess you seem to leave an impression in every town you go to.
Oh, you saying I left an impression with you guys?
Well, you did. You did save the whole town, so yeah. You helped rebuild my tavern. That stays in people's collective zeitgeist.
I'm just a builder, but I'm glad I was able to stay in your memory.
Well, how could I forget you?
It's hard to forget you too. All the energy you go pepper about.
Well, somebody has to keep everything on a short leash, otherwise people would just dilly and dally. It just happens to be that people are more malleable and cooperative when you look like this. And she jiggles.
Oh, I know. He jiggles his own stomach. People tend to get out of my way all the time.
Well, I guess if we're all gonna be stacked tonight, maybe we should try out some of the eats here.
That does sound good. I saw a stand nearby. What was it they had? They had this weird glutinous thing of like a sugar cylinder that they put on sticks, covered it in chocolate syrup, and dipped it in really hot oil and fried it in batter, and then covered in breadcrumbs.
Wow, Greywall operates on an entirely different level of frying over here. That sounds delicious.
Want to go get some?
Sure, I'm down.
I also saw these strange. It was like a burger inside of a burger.
2 burgers?
Uh-huh.
Have you had one before?
Nope. It's going to be my first time.
Oh, jeez. Well, maybe we could share one. I'm getting on in years. I don't know if I can handle all that fried burger on my own.
Yeah, all right. We can share. He goes ahead and he looks around, and he actually settles on what looks to be a single food, a split, kind of like large, almost pretzel, but made out of like different like bananas curved together, covered in chocolate and sprinkles.
Interesting. Okay.
Ooh, that looks delicious.
I don't know what it is, but it looked colorful.
Well, then I'll just have a bite.
Her little shark tooth goblin teeth. She does a big, this is something you've noticed about goblin women. It's seemingly they can unhinge their jaw like an anaconda when it comes to biting something. And she just takes a massive little chunk out of the dessert.
Malral is just kind of like smiling as he watches. You're cute when your jaw hinges.
Oh, you.
She's...
It's a talent. It helps, increase efficiency of the meal.
It's going to be a needed skill by the end of the night, I'm sure.
Oh boy.
Well, you betcha. We got a lot of snacks to try. How about you?
And she holds it up, and she realizes she's like 4 feet too short to be able to feed this to you.
Yeah, he squats down and he takes a bite in the same spot that she took a bite of.
Oh, you missed a little.
And she takes a finger and flicks a little piece off your like cheek.
Oh, and he like his long dragonborn tongue kind of just like comes out.
God damn these fucking anatomies, am I right? But yeah, like she'll travel around eating with you, gorging herself thoroughly on the many fried stacks until she can't fry no more.
During the closer to the end of the night, I hope you don't mind. I'm just going to make some stuff up. Feel free to be like, no, that doesn't exist.
Okay.
But yeah, he'll point out like, I saw some artificers building this large wheel device that apparently you can ride. You want to go check it out?
Sure.
And they will go effectively to a Ferris wheel. And I like to imagine this is closer to the end of the night. More closer to where Kamar and Shani actually had their speech given. And they were setting up fireworks. So Malral goes ahead and slips the conductor an extra bit of gold so that when they stop, they'll be stopped at the top so they can watch the fireworks. Malral will put his arm around her as they watch.
She'll nuzzle in and enjoy watching the fireworks with you.
And on like the very end of the fireworks show, he'll like lean down and give her a small peck on the cheek.
Oh my. Well, she will blush slightly then, and she's gonna give you a big smooch back. Smooch City, they call Greywall. It's like the Windy City. It's the Smooch City.
Got him.
Got him. And yeah, you'll have a nice little cute thing, and at the end of it she'll say,
that offer still stands if you ever want to head to New Way whenever you're doing is over. This city is nice, but I have to say that it's a little too much going on for my taste.
I like it there a lot too. Wouldn't mind spending my days working at a tavern, maybe.
Oh, I could put you to work, all right.
She gives you a big grin.
I'm sure you can.
Is there anything else you wanna say to her before I jump to something else?
No, I don't think there is. I think they just have like a nice romantic, just casual date where they just eat a lot of festival food, watch fireworks, and make out a little bit.
Cool. Classic. I've watched this rom-com.
It's like a bunch of just MILF and a DILF just going out and trying to relive their glory days as kids on a date.
Aww. We love our MILF DILF hours. Speaking of MILFs, Euphoria. Is your Cox in the game right now?
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo. You as you're going around the festival, we're backtracking a bit. You will encounter your daughter Magnolia at some point when she is stepped away from flirting with Syra.
I was about to say, with or without her lady friend.
No, she stepped away to go get drinks or something for her lady friend.
Maggie?
Oh, Mama! I guess I expected to see you here, but, hi!
At ease, it's okay.
She'll go in for a hug.
She'll give her a hug back and a little smooch on her forehead and just... It's so good to see you. I've missed you, darling.
Oh, I missed it too, Mama. It's been a few months now. I hope everything's been all right.
Things have been okay. This motley crew has kept me very occupied.
I wasn't around them for long, but I can tell that they have a way of keeping you busy, even, and I can only imagine somebody like you having a bit of a culture shock dealing with them.
You could say that again. But they're a good crew. I'm quite fond of them.
How about she looks a little bit more somber and goes, how about, the other thing, the thing that was, bringing you here in the first place?
I may have found an opportunity to help your sister. And I'm gonna do what I can to see her returned home. But that might mean that I'm gonna have to be away for a while, Maggie.
Well, not to be, particularly pointed, Mama, but you have a tendency to be away for stretches at a time. That's nothing new.
I know, but this time I wanted to give you a proper heads up. I already told your father, he's aware, but I don't know, darling, how long it's gonna be. I have plans set with Illya over there, and she's gonna figure out a way to open the lines of communication. But I don't know when that'll be exactly.
Well,
So I want you to keep doing what you're doing, darling. I see that you're having a lot of fun.
Well, I I've been working on I've been working on the Diligent for a while, and when working on with those airship crews, I happened to talk to some of the other captains, and and just happened to get along real well with that one Leander, and I just enjoy seeing her smile, and I thought this is a rare opportunity.
I'm just glad you chose the sensible one.
She goes, well, I figured that if
if he was enough to get Juby off the job with Daddy, then, well, maybe he would be better off, not off limits.
You're a smart girl, Maggie, but truth be told, I think myself and your father have mellowed out considerably. So, wherever you find yourself landing, whoever you find yourself with, so long as you're happy and can take care of yourself, then I'm sure you'll do just fine by us.
Thank the host. I was worried. Well, I wasn't like that worried because, disobeying Daddy has basically been since day one. Juby could, follow the rules, but he always used to say I was just like you.
She'll tousle her hair and just, to your great benefit and detriment, I'm afraid.
She kind of laughs a bit and goes, when you gonna say bye though, right? When you do leave and when Juby comes back?
I will. I'll do things, I'll do it right by you. I'll let you know when I'm going. And I'm sure Juby will let you know when she's back.
Well, then I guess I'll just have to wait in anticipation.
You'll be in good hands till then.
She kind of has a very smug, knowing smile. She goes, but don't you forget that, your daughter does miss you when you ain't around. And much as I hate to say it, it is nice getting to talk to you whenever you are.
I know. I'm sorry, Maggie, that it took this long for us to have a conversation like this. I raised you to be strong and independent so you wouldn't need me. But it's all right if you still do. And it's all right if I still need my girls.
He gives you another hug and says, "Oh, don't be so hard on yourself. I wasn't exactly amenable to this kind of discussions before."
Feelings aren't our family strong suit, huh?
No, they are not.
You're a good kid, Maggie.
Despite your best efforts, you're actually a pretty good mama.
Thank you, Magnolia. We'll be in touch, okay? You get back to your sweet thing.
She has a name. She kind of giggles as she goes to get some sodas.
She'll just watch Maggie, jog back to her date, and just with a smile on her face, and departs, goes back to Illya and her collection of owlbears.
You find Illya beneath a sea of owlbears between Kaishen and her. All right. Next up. Oh no, somebody's typing. I was gonna jump to Yulia if Yulia is available.
Here.
Okay.
I typed it too. I don't know why.
I was like, all right. You just concerned me because you were typing.
No.
She is in fact here, chat. She is here. All right.
Yes, I know.
As the festival winds down, or sometime after it occurs, what would you like to do?
Okay, so she's probably as the night like winds down and she finds herself in her room kind of retiring for the night, she's gonna pull out the book that Sylonia had given her and kind of flips through the pages for a little bit.
It's entirely
Oh.
blank.
All right. Guess I'm gonna use a secret word. And she's just gonna close her eyes for a second and whisper out loud the Sylvana.
All right. You see the pages, glow with arcane energy as they begin getting filled with page after page of, some of it is just basically magic nonsense to you because it seems like it's probably like artifice formula or something. You see a lot of that. You see some diagrams of various kind of mechanical and wooden like creatures, kind of like if somebody made like a steel defender, or like if somebody took the principle of a warforged and applied it to lots of other kinds of creatures. And you see, a very, very neat, organized kind of cursive writing notes next to them, but it's also got like a giddiness talking about, different design opportunities and ways to, basically revolutionize, life by, creating all of these new kinds of people and creatures that could help and support various like industries and activities and how much that can improve things. And then you also see some like drawings of some like anatomical breakdowns of various people or creatures or things with like perspective lines. You see a picture of a flower it is a purple kind of lily like flower, and you see written in this, it's done very precisely, almost scientifically, and however it then has like a bunch of like hearts written around it. And it's the name of the flower is called Sylvana's Tears. And now that you like see this flower and you see the name of the flower, you actually remember like basically class of botany or biology or something. You're reading through a book, and Sylvana's Tears is a type of like violet colored flower that used to grow in the Lalic region of Seer, where the story would go that it was named after a dryad who was named Sylvana, who fell in love with a human man, and she would give him all the things he desired. And one day he asked her to show him what was important to her, and she presented him with this beautiful garden of flowers and plants, but she did not realize that they were all very poisonous to the humans, and he died because of it, the exposure to them. And it's said that these flowers are her tears left over in the world. And that allows you to put two and two together, that the name that Sylvana originally gave you on the train was Sylvana Lale. That's a little fun fact for you. Additionally, you then see, after a couple, pages and stuff, you will see a picture of a girl, some would say a cat shifter girl, wearing a uniform as she is like sitting in the like seat of a train, kind of just looking at a book. You see the picture of what appears to be paint standing in front of a canvas contemplatively. You see a picture of Cess, basically napping on a bench in your backyard. You see a picture of Jubilee brushing her hair. And then you will eventually see a picture of Fruling disassembling and appears to be like cleaning their crossbows. You will then see a picture of Illya, standing before what appears to be, some kind of book, reading it herself, adjusting her glasses. You see a picture of Malral, where he appears to have just finished smithing as he stands, covered in sweat with his big, blacksmith smock on. You see a picture of you again, as you're at your house, just looking out a window with one of your romance novels in front of you. And then you will later see what appears to be a picture of just a incredibly like architectural depiction of Greywall as like a map and the walls and everything. And all of these things have little notes on them, basically talking about what it is and what somebody or something is doing, and the feelings that it evokes in her. And you see just a lot of happiness and wonder, and you see some questions about you or like the other members of your party and stuff. Like might have just been Sylonia's like idle musings and stuff, like why does Shani always style her hair that way, or why does Kamar always fiddle with her braid when she's nervous, stuff like that. It just seems to be notes to herself.
Come on, you got to give one for all of us now.
Oh god, yeah. How did Malral get the eye scar? How it's, you see how long does it take for Jubilee to get her hair like that, and then you see an asterisk next to it and an actual number written because she'd spent enough time with Jubilee. You see like a question next to the Illya picture of does she still know how to use crossbows? I wonder. And you see like the picture of Euphoria. Now I gotta do everybody. So Euphoria. It looks to be Euphoria after like after a workout, kind of with like a towel over her shoulders, and she always has this very like stern expression afterwards. And she also asks I wonder how she got that scar. You see a picture of Kai Shen painting, and just wondering what does the one untattooed scar mean on his chest. You see a picture of Larissa just playing with one of her many instruments that she keeps in her nest, and wonders, how did she like learn how to do all these instruments? She came from rather humble beginnings. I wonder who taught her. You see a picture of Asharin just staring seemingly blankly into space, with fiddling with a silver flame holy symbol that they wear as their necklace. And the question is, I wonder what Asharin's first name was before everything ... And so there's a lot of these musings and pictures at various states of repose by all of you. And then you see a picture of like this incredible detailed hellscape that would be the Mournlands, and that you recognize from when you were walking to the last stand, and you see lots of questions about, does this have something to do with what happened? She doesn't seem to state specifically. She just says with what happened. There is an odd beauty to this place, despite everything. Why do I feel so strange here? Why do I feel so right here? I haven't eaten or drank anything in days, but it seemingly doesn't affect me anymore. I wonder what this means. And then you just, the next page is just 4 words, and it just says, I get it now. And that's all it says. And that's the last thing that was included in the probably dozens and dozens of pages that Sylonia had written into this book.
Ugh, oh my gosh. It takes her a moment to process. And as she was reading through it, her hands were kind of tracing the drawings. And her eyes are getting a little misty. She really did think about us so much. I'm not going to let this end the way she thinks it's going to. She just kind of cradles the books in her hand. And will end up falling asleep with it.
Oh, okay. And so ends the brief look into the things that made Sylonia happy until nothing did.
Oh.
Then we will go back to an earlier part before the festival. We're going back in time some more. Kamar is a natural connection point for us going back in time so much this session. As the processional of NPCs arriving at your house, there will be a doorbell ring, and you will hear some talk in Goblin before Lily will escort a rather well-dressed goblin femboy, as previously seen, into your house with a couple dozen various shaped Fey children, including everybody's favorite Fey child, Sebastian, the
Let's
literal
go.
rock. Everybody's favorite
Sebastian
literal
W.
Incredible.
And the goblin will come in and bow deeply to Illya. Go.
Lady Illya, we received your correspondence.
Snow, my darling, there's no need to be as formal as you are currently. Please, make yourself at home. And to all of you lovely children, I'm so happy to see you, and I'm so excited to give you a lovely evening of what I hope to be fun and relaxation.
All the kids start, basically being kids in Sylvan and stuff, and Illya will get rushed by the various Fey children, such as the ones from last time, like the fox. We all remember the talking fox who wanted to start.
Of course.
I think they wanted to be a gardener.
I'm saying it's been a long time.
It's been a while. I just remember it was a talking fox. And then Sebastian will roll over and just kind of nuzzle, or nuzzle as much as a rock can against your leg. And it'll be like a satyr child, a little centaur child, some pixies and stuff. And they'll all come in and just, be like, "It's so good to see you again, Lady Illya. Wow, you have such a big house here. I guess you have big houses everywhere."
No, I know. The fact that all of you can fit into our old house is quite a statement now that I think about it a little bit more. But it truly is a pleasure to welcome you to this home. Please do. I have a few things that I would like to talk to you all about, but um, real quick, there's a few rooms. Feel free to bunk up in them. Sebastian, I've been told that we have a lovely garden in the back that may be in need of some rocks. So there should be a little cat shifter out there named Shani. I would recommend you go say hi to her. I'm sure she'll have a ball with you. But please, back here in 10 minutes. I need to talk to Snow for a little bit.
Sebastian looks up at you and goes, "Oh, okay. I'll go check to see if there's any new friends out there." And he rolls away.
Don't trip on the stairs. I know they can be a little bit high.
You know what I always say, just keep on rolling.
Of course, Sebastian.
He can talk?
Yeah, he always could talk. He literally talked to her at the orphanage.
Justice for rocks. What the fuck?
He wants to start a rock garden, so in case any of them become his friends.
I love him so much.
As all the children dissipate and start going around the house and eventually run into the blue tiefling children, they start, just chattering and playing and being silly, and Oriana's trying to corral them around. Lily will look at Snow very side-eye as she then looks back at you and goes,
"Are you sure you wish to be left unattended, Lady Illya?"
Is there a problem, Lily? Trust me, Snow has been my butler for, well, at least 25 years, so...
Oh no, he's got seniority over her.
Oh, so I would hope he wouldn't presume seniority in this house. I assure you, Mr. Snow, if that is your real name, that I run this place and I take care of them. Of course, I will defer to your judgment about the affairs of this house and Lady Illya in it.
Snow and Lily, just to be clear about one thing, Snow is here as a guest, not as a butler. I'm sure he will not be able to hold himself back from assisting here or there, but trust me, this is your house, Lily, your rules.
Yeah, Illya only has one butler. He needs a day off.
What if she gets sick?
Yeah, what if he gets sick? This is the crisis we've been waiting for.
Is that all clear?
Crystal.
And she will look him up and down once more before huffing and walking away.
Illya will gesture to one of the little couches on the side and gesture for him to sit down to kind of just chat for a bit.
He'll sit down and look where Lily went and go,
Well, I see you're being well taken care of, Lady Illya.
She seems attentive.
She is married to the job in every sense of the word. Even if we could give her a day off, I don't think she would take it. But that's beside the point. So, I really do appreciate that you brought children here. And please do have fun with them. There's one other thing that I wanted to run through. You saw Lady Euphoria Cox when she came by with me before.
Oh, yes, I remember her quite well. You two seem to be getting along. quite swimmingly.
Well, it has been going very well. And please, no words about this around the Fae children. We do not know exactly what they are capable of, being Fae and all, but it is likely is that she will be claiming the title of the Hound Master back in the Fae. She will be with us for a long while as my partner.
I see.
There may be one more, but we have yet to get he's okay on it. So we will let you know.
Are you sure you're ready for that, Lady Illya?
You've known me for, I think, longer than anybody that's still around has known me. And your concern is valid, but it's been good. It's been so nice to feel this love again. And I assure you that I am ready for it.
Well, I'm of course ecstatic that you are doing so well, Lady Illya, and that you will have somebody to accompany you into the coming days.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, I don't think I will be able to see all of it, but I know that seeing you happy after so long is just filling me with joy.
Thank you, Snow. It really does mean a lot. With that in mind, once everything crazy in the world settles down, I'm going to be figuring out a way to open a gateway between our world and the Fae. So that way all of the disparate Fae children can finally go home to their parents.
That would be incredible, Lady Illya, if it exists.
The plan is to build it at home, at Shaylor Lindia, but how exactly that's going to work? That's a great question. It's just I know it's something that I have to do. It's something that I need to do to get everybody here, all the children that we look after, all of them home. They deserve to be home. And I'm going to find any of the other children that were lost when the Fae spires were transferred. Everyone deserves to be home.
Is there anything I can do to assist you, Lady Illya?
Well, I don't think anything more than you always have. It is something that we are going to look into, and I know there are some of the children that have a natural affinity for magics and others. I think they will be helpful. But when the time comes, that's where we will. And you, of course, are more than welcome to stay our side in the favor for as long as you want.
You honor me by even offering, Lady Illya. I would love to continue to stay by you.
That warms my heart. Thank you. Thank you very much, Snow. You know you have no further obligation to us as a family. We've done so much over the years.
Please. I do what I can because I care about you and I care about them. I'm I'm excited for the opportunity that it seems that the the ugly business that brought us this far will be concluded, and you can finally go back to enjoying your life.
Oh, what a pleasant song this. But yes, I think after this battle, I don't ever want to have to fight again. And I think the only place that can be so is the Feywild.
I've never been to the Feywild itself, but I know that you say if you speak so highly of it, and it has all the promises that you indicate, then it will be a wonderful change of pace, not having to be constantly vigilant.
I owe you that much for keeping the watch for so long. And I must warn you that the Feywild is a bit of a wild place. It comes with the name, I suppose. But they're lovely people, strange people. But I know that in our home, they will have happiness.
I I only wish that all of your all of your siblings could be with you. I'm sorry for failing you in that aspect.
No. Snow. It is difficult. Such is life. Such is life.
I I want you to know, Lady Illya, that I'm deeply thankful for everything you've done for me in turn. As much as you may feel that I am beholden to you, you have done so much to help me and protect me when I needed it as well.
Glad to meet you. Word of warning. Lily, is very adamant about goblin culture and clans and everything.
Ah,
I just wanted to give you a bit of a heads up on that.
I assumed as much, but I will try to not be adversarial. I'm sure she already holds a great deal of distrust for me, already on top of the fact that I'm clanless.
You're not clanless, no. You just found a new home for your soul.
Gives you a warm little goblin smile.
I appreciate you inviting us. It's surreal to be outside of the tower after so long with all the children. I will admit I am deeply concerned for their safety, but it seems that this place is very welcoming.
Yes. I don't think you'll find a much more welcoming place in all of Corvair. It's had its fair share of rough spots, as everything, but I know that the town here owes, at the very least, Shani, Kamar, a great deal of debt. And if you say you're with Rose Gold, you won't run into any trouble, I assure you.
Excellent. Now I hear that these festivals have something called a double fried burger.
Ooh. I can't say I've heard of that one, but
I did some initial intelligence gathering, and it sounds like it could be fatal.
is it something you...
Sorry.
I was going to say, is it something that you would be interested in trying, just to test your mettle, perhaps?
I have a bit of I would say, a scientific curiosity.
Please, no. I know you'll be watching after the children, but I really hope you do find the time to enjoy yourself and relax here.
Well, I will do my best, and I assure you that I think that after a lifetime of eating nothing but good berries and he kind of snips you, grilled cheese, I think that you could also use a little bit of a double fried burger, make up for some of those deficient calories.
You're right. These people here have given me a taste of hamburgers, of pizza, and all sorts of strange mortal delights, but I could use a bit more experimentation. If I've heard there's these things called funnel cakes that are just basically a bunch of fried dough that is extremely sweet and covered in sugar. It sounds awful. I'd like to try it.
I see. It has fun in the name. That is already a good sign.
Indeed.
Well, we'll be sure to try it. If anything, this should be for the good of the children, to make sure that it's suitable for them.
Of course, for the good of the children, as always.
Is there anything else you wish to say to Snow?
She's just gonna give him a very tight hug and squeeze and just kind of hold him tightly and just say, Snow, you've been wonderful.
Thank you, Lady Illya. And he hugs you close.
Now go find your own room. You deserve some time to have a bit of peace and quiet.
He smiles and he will readjust his elbow-length gloves and thigh highs as he will bow to you deeply and then head upstairs to put luggage away. And do you wish to say anything to the Fae children?
I think this is good. I was going to tell them about the portal, but I think they would literally explode, and I don't think Snow needs that right now. We'll get to that in Apple.
Okay. So we add in the additional factor of during the festival, there will be a horde of Fae children running around, and yes, there will come a point when a pixie will grab a snack from Snow's hand and will extend some rock candy down to Sebastian. Oh, it has rock in the name. That's charming.
Is that cannibalism?
I was about to ask that.
No, it's candy. It's candy.
I love my gingerbread person. Yeah, gingerbread person. Yeah.
I've been eating gingerbread people for years.
I'm kind of unhinged.
Well, yes, and with that, there will be many more children running around the festival full of sugar as a small goblin femboy devours all the deep-fried things, unhinging his own jaw to take massive bites.
We love that for him.
So with that, we will conclude the Illya and the Fae. We'll go to your boy Malral. Malral, I believe you wanted to have a talk with a certain gal.
Yeah, set the scene for me, DM.
Well, it is after the festival. Well, we'll say the next day or so. You find, you're walking throughout the house or whatever, and you will then find Sylonia just kind of in her room, as she is apparently projecting several what appears to be memory crystals from the last stand that she had um, taken with her or like quickly downloaded into her spider bot, and she's kind of reviewing them as she's also forming various arcane formula and symbols in the air out of just glowing energy.
Malral, not knowing what any of this is, just kind of like standing in the door frame, be like, "Are you winning?"
Sylonia will kind of look past all of her stuff and look over at Malral and goes, "Well, it's certainly an uphill battle, but I'm doing my best."
Oh, that's all we can ever do. Malral will gesture his hand in, asking for permission to see if he can enter.
Of course, one moment, as she does a hand gesture, and all the projections and symbols kind of disappear, and her spider bot skitters back onto her back, as she will stand up. How can I help you, Malral?
I wanted to talk a little bit more. I feel like there was a bit unsaid between us, and I wanted to get it out there. There was a point when I was filled with anger, frustration, hatred, and I channeled it towards you. I blamed you for stuff that you didn't even do. Whatever was bad in my life, I thrusted at you once I found out just your mere association. And I feel I may have forever hurt you that way. I wanted to say I'm sorry. Again. But also to remind you, before all that, you were my friend. I enjoyed sitting by the campfire with you and telling stories. I liked talking to you. I enjoyed your presence, and I enjoyed crafting with you. It was nice having a partner to bounce ideas off with, to shape something together, whether it be a tool or whatever it was that we were crafting. And then after what happened, I found that I still liked you as a friend, that I still enjoyed your presence even after you discovered who you really are. I can't help but enjoy being around you. I just hope that me enjoying your presence didn't go unnoticed.
And a sighs. I understand it was emotionally charged for you, and I don't hate you for what you did or said. I understood. I, if I had been in a different position, I'm sure I would have reacted poorly to myself as well. I guess, ironically, when I was confronted with it, I in fact did react poorly to myself. But that's all behind me, Malral. I don't really think about it, and you shouldn't worry about how I felt or how I feel towards it. We're united together. We'll only succeed in what we're doing if we're working together for it. So, you know that just as I did then, I will continue to stand by you till the end.
May that end be a long way away. As I still need to make up for what I did. Apologies aren't going to cover it. For me, it's always actions over words, so I got a lot that I need to do to make it up to you, at least in my eyes. I'm talking hangout sessions, we're going to be making alloys together, we're going to we're going to work. You know that sketch you showed me before of that giant robot? I think I have an idea of how not to make the core crack.
Oh, well, I see you're truly trying to branch out then. Maybe when all this is done, we can do that. I don't know how much time I'll have available for it. There are obvious concerns when this is all over, but
Whenever you have time, it's perfectly fine. I'm going to be setting up my own workshop. You can come visit. I'll have an apprentice. You can show her a few things too.
oh, truly moving forward, getting an apprentice and everything.
Can you imagine what she could make if we parted both of our knowledges into her? Actually, now that I think about it, that could be kind of scary.
And Sylonia looks kind of saddened and goes, honestly, Malral, I think it's better if I don't impart what I know to anyone ever again.
Why do you say that?
Things I know are not suitable for wider use. I don't think that it would help anybody with the kind of things that I know how to build and I know how to make. But I can do what I can to assist, but I think it is better for whoever that you may intend to be teaching that he or she does not take after my own footsteps.
Do you remember what I said a long time ago? I said, a tool is shaped by its wielder. What you have is only as good or evil as the person you impart it to. And I'm not saying you have to impart any knowledge you don't want to, but I'm just saying your creations aren't inherently bad. They are how you wield them. And I believe you are a good person. So therefore, the things that you wield will in turn be good.
Well, at least one of us thinks I'm a good person.
Hey. He puts a finger to her chest and a kind of like jovial, like, little self-confidence wouldn't hurt. He gives a bit of a smirk. I mean, I can keep trying to be confident for the both of us. But I'm not always going to be around, so I gotta go ahead and go. I need to start messaging you, comforting, like, quotes. Every day I can just send you a message being like, you're awesome, you're amazing. Don't forget you can do an awesome handstand.
But I can't do an handstand.
Not with that attitude. He gives like a wide smile.
Well, I guess we will cross that bridge when we come to it, Malral. If I need your daily assurances, I will let you know.
I may send him to you anyway. Oh, and one more thing. He reaches around and gives her a big hug.
She kind of keeps her hands at her sides in a moment, like she's genuinely surprised. Before she'll kind of eventually extend her hands out to just kind of hold you, to hug you back.
Don't forget this, okay?
I won't.
Probably in the scene there.
Yep. Next up, we have your girl Shani. Hey Shani, it's your birthday.
Yeah. It is not my birthday. I was not born today.
I think so far the only canonical birthday we've had is Illya.
I mean, there was Shawnee's rebirth celebration, but
yeah. But yeah, at some point, like after the festival, when you're, doing your church community activities with Rei Ninyen, you will see her at the park with all the orphans. Since Paint has helped fund an orphanage here, then she has taken in some youths, and you'll see her basically stand at attention, and you see all the little kids like try and do their best to like get into some kind of disciplined formation in front of her as she looks down at them in her constant scowl and goes, "All right, we have come to this park for you to engage in your recreational activities. You are to stay within the confines of this environment. I will be watching you, and I expect you all to report back here immediately upon my signal. Is that clearly understood?" And you hear a whole bunch of like murmured statements from the children before she says, "I'm sorry." And they shout much louder, "Yes, yes, yes, we understand." And she looks them up and down once more and then goes, "Dismissed." And the children scatter and start, playing. You see the statue of Spike next to the park, and Rei kind of doing her just always perpetually snarling scowl as she watches everyone play.
Hey there, Lady Rei. Couldn't catch you at the church. I see Paint's left you more admirable tasks.
She kind of looks at them and narrows her one eye, and she goes, "They are ill-disciplined, but I am ensuring that they receive appropriate training."
I mean, I'm not that disciplined. I didn't turn out that bad, yeah?
She looks over at you and goes, "Recent events aside, I would like to say that I do not wish my children to undergo a similar life path as you did up until this point."
That's fair, but they won't. They've got you. I think Malral's gonna be bothersome around here with kids, Paint. I'm sure Cryotrixia will be heavily invested in the youth her kid's gonna be around. They're gonna end up alright. Now you. What are you gonna end up doing? Any plans for the future, or are you happy?
She goes, "I could not possibly plan any other future endeavors. I have now been tasked with the training of these future soldiers. I must ensure that they receive adequate guidance and spiritual enlightenment."
Wait, as in like. Sorry, it's been a little bit. Last night was a lot. They're just you're just using wartime speak to hype up the fact that you're raising orphans, right? Because that's already plenty good.
She raises her one eyebrow and says, I speak very intentionally. They must learn to protect themselves, protect others, spread good.
Well, I mean, yeah, that checks out, but I mean, look at them, Ray. Look at them run around. Look at them challenge the different parts of the park and obstacles in different ways. You can teach them discipline, you can teach them loyalty, but you aren't going to make them soldiers. They're going to figure out their own way to fight.
Well, hopefully they will see reason. I was never built to deal with children, so I will train them the only way I know how.
Well, they're still sticking around you despite everything, so I don't think it's really reason driving them.
Can you believe that they call these children Clan Ninyen as if to intentionally antagonize me?
They call them Clan Ninyen? That's like the official title for them?
No, it's
For the orphans?
what
Oh.
passerbys say when they become informed about it, and that they've been put in the charge of a clanless hobgoblin.
Well, kids, or really anybody that needs to grow up, reflect whoever they learn from. They're learning from you, and hopefully when you're older and wizened and hopefully more mellow, you'll see that they've come to reflect your best aspects, including ones you yourself aren't aware of. So, don't get angry if they're not full-on diligent soldiers. But a day will come when you'll be happy to call them members of your clan. I know I'd be honored.
Her half of her face that isn't scarred kind of twists up for a moment as she looks at the kids. I would not wish to put my own pariah status upon others, but I will ensure that they at least prove to be sterling examples of what can be achieved if properly instructed.
Well, Ray, you don't exactly choose your family, so when it gets time, when they've learned everything you want to teach them and they've gone off to do their own things, just know that they're going to thank you in some way, shape, or form. That they'll be happy to be part of you in some way, shape, or form.
And looks down and breathes for a second before looking at you with her one, perpetually narrowed eye and her other gem eye as she says, well, perhaps they will at least take some lesson from you, and given enough time and instruction, they too can be able to be the best traits of all of us.
And that's the
Even
good way to look at it.
even
Oh, sorry,
you
go ahead.
proved capable when the time was required, and I at least understood what you did, and I honored you for it. I hope that you, as you inevitably come into contact with them, that you will not spread your worst traits to them.
Well, unfortunately, we don't exactly get to choose which traits they decide to focus on, but I'll do my best, Ray. If you're making me the eldest sister, I'll do my best. That means I'm part of your clan too, yeah?
I do not have a clan, Shani. I belong to the flame.
You get that I was meaning family, right? Doesn't have to be a clan if that's not what you're comfortable with.
Kind of sighs and goes, Shani, there are very significant nuanced differences between clan culture and just family in goblinoid society. I have had it instilled in me repeatedly since coming here specifically that I may have had a family, but I did not have a clan. And that means I will never be like them.
You know, before coming out here, I thought I knew exactly where I was gonna end up. But instead of a ditch or some dirty alleyway, I'm on a nice sunny bench next to a lovely lady, taking care of some kids. Who knows? I might not be the one to convince you of this. I'm only the first one chipping at your ice block, but who knows? 1, 2, 3, maybe all these kids get through you. Maybe your definition of what's family and what's clan will change. I don't know. People are already changing their views around you. There's no shame if you end up changing yourself too.
Kind of scoffs and goes, well, I will protect them with every fiber of my being, for they are still under my tutelage, if anything. I think I'm a bit too old to change, but the least I can do is continuing to protect those who are unable or, and she kind of side-eyes you, or unaware of how to properly protect themselves.
Alright, Ray. Alright. Well, I got no one else to be right now, and I just want to relax, so I'll help you out with these kids for now.
It's your version of relaxing.
More children.
Sitting on a nice bench on a warm, breezy, sunny day, watching kids have fun. It's relaxing. Can be until, one of them, scrapes their knee or something, and then suddenly Ray starts freaking out.
Yep.
You don't know kids well enough.
You see a child falls off of one of the obstacles and starts crying, and you see Ray just blitz into action as she rushes over to the child, immediately does a full field triage medical check on him, looking him up and down before seeing the basically just scraped knee, and she kind of immediately does a cure wounds on it. You should be more careful. I will not be always available to heal you when you have injured yourself due to your own ineptitude. You must learn to handle your obstacles better.
And what do we say after someone helps us?
Thank you, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. You go run along now.
And Val runs to go play with the kids some more.
These kids are gonna wear you down way more than I ever could.
Yes. The challenges we overcome are testament to our character.
Okay, Mama Ninyen. Shana's just gonna smirk and go back to the bench.
Ray just glares at you, but that's just kind of how Ray looks at things, so who knows.
That's the Shani Ray interaction.
Yep. Next up, Malral. I think it's time you have a talk with a certain horny lady. I'm not talking Shui-lun.
I think it's the other way around.
I thought you were apologizing to her.
I thought she was coming to me.
Oh snap! Is this going to be neither side apologizing to anybody? Euphoria, do you wish to approach Malral, or do you want Malral to approach you.
Yeah, she can seek him out. That's fine. Wherever he might be on this uneventful day.
The day after the festival, he's probably making himself something to help choke down all the fried food he ate.
Lots of prunes.
You just see him in the kitchen taking some meds, like, these will
Some
help.
Tums, yeah. Ye old Tums.
Herbal concoction.
You have a eventful evening?
Oh, the Euphoria. Yeah. Me and Shui-lun went ahead and had a bit of a date last night, while everyone else was, celebrating, the cats.
That's good. That's good. I'm glad you two are hitting it off all right.
Yeah, it's nice. I think I saw you and Leia and Kai Shin all in one group together.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I think we took all the prizes, so a lot of kids went home empty-handed, unfortunately. But you know, it's they were fairly won.
That explains the kid crying when we passed him that had the piece of paper that said IOU.
Well, he who grabs the fastest will get the mostest. So
I'm gonna miss having you around.
I'm gonna miss being around. I know that you and I don't exactly see eye to eye on this situation, but I'm not doing this because I've given up.
I trust you, Euphoria. I don't trust that position of Hound Master or whatever it is.
That's all right. I know that's not exactly a position that I'm sure Jubilee imagined herself in. But, quite frankly, a position that offers a lifetime of battle and drinking and debauchery, it sounds like a pretty good deal to me. And it won't just be me there. And
I hope not. Like I said, I trust you. I trust Illya. I trust Kai Shin. I trust all of them to be with you, if possible. I'm worried what that position will. If it'll force you to be away from them, to not be able to contact us. I trust in what you said about still wanting to be in contact with us. I'm just scared you won't be able to. I couldn't message your daughter. Like, she didn't receive any of it. I don't want that to be able to happen to you too. I want to stay in contact with you.
it'll happen. Whatever whatever tomfoolery is happening that prevents that line of communication, I think that Oberon will find me to be a bit more contentious than my daughter.
All right.
We'll get it going. I know that this is all 'cause you care.
I see you as part of my own family.
We're an eclectic bunch, aren't we?
You should have seen my old tribe.
Goblins, dragonborn.
Oh no, this is before we left the jungle. Pure dragonborn. We were insane. My uncle Rictus, he went ahead and burned down half the jungle for himself just because he wanted a nice spot to grow some onions. And that fire ended up spreading a bit too far, got into some lizard folk tribes. We had to go into a whole ass war with them, all because my uncle wanted, a bit extra seasoning on his meat.
Oh. And here you are with us, not any less chaotic.
I like to think I help keep things together, at least. Look. When you do this, I'm going to be messaging you quite a bit. Please respond. Otherwise, I'm going to come in there about a year later with a cold iron dagger and a dream.
Don't worry, between you and my children, I think I will have plenty of people hounding me for a line of communication. I owe that to them.
If you ever need help too, like I said, coming in with a cold iron dagger, just give me the call.
Well, it won't come to that, but thank you, I think.
We'll see. You better give me a wedding invite too.
Huh. That's that won't be happening anytime soon, but of course, if
I'm
that
a very
is what
patient man.
happens.
I've seen how you three get along. Honestly, I'm surprised that you are able to stay separated from them for a while.
Yeah. It's
It's nice, isn't it?
it is. Huh. I kind of swore off that kind of connection with people. But I'm sure you can imagine a pretty girl can wear you down.
In my experience, nothing can stop love. It is a unrelenting force that the more you deny, you only hurt yourself. But if you follow your heart, you'll end up where you need to be.
That's awfully wise of you, Malral.
You say it like that's a surprise.
No. Where is your heart telling you to go when all this is done? Will you stay here?
No. Shui-lun actually offered me a job at the tavern she's running. Figured I'd go out there, run it alongside her, I'd feel good, and set up my own shop out there as well. Make weapons for the other hobgoblins and maybe become part of their clan.
That's real
And,
nice.
of course, I also got my apprentice.
Very true.
I'm done. After all this, I'm done destroying. I just want to create. That's what my heart's telling me to do. To forge and create.
Well, I, for one, think you will make an excellent artist hermit.
That wouldn't be too much of a hermit. I'm still going to be running the bar.
Hermit with benefits.
Yeah, Charlene has definitely shown me a bit of that already.
Well, you two are getting along a little better than I probably anticipated then.
Why you gotta act surprised? It's not like we can't hear you and Kaishin and over there in your room. It's not soundproof, you know.
Well, I'm glad things are working out for all of us. I think you and I, us old, tired adventurers, we deserve to go in whatever direction we want.
Life is an adventure. Some of us just have more exciting adventures than everyone else.
True.
Oh, hold on. The tums are activating! And he just runs off.
Lol. Alrighty. With that in mind, with Olive Branch extended, we now come to the next most important question. Is there anything else anyone would like to say to anyone? Okay. So be it.
Time off. It's time to rip this band-aid off, guys.
Now we'll hold your peace.
Hey,
Okay, so as the festivities concluded and you give your tearful and heartfelt goodbyes to all of the various NPCs who came to visit you as they return to their respective homes. And, you know, the next few days go by uneventfully. And it seems that, you know, peace has truly settled upon you as you begin to get your head straight for the coming encounter. You know that once you figure out where to strike, you're gonna rally together your allies and, you know, put an end to this menace once and for all. And as you ponder on this amongst the many other trivialities of day-to-day life, you will receive a knock on the door one day, and Lily will, of course, answer it as she is wont to do. And she'll call everybody over.
Hello everyone. I just got this delivered. It says it's a message by a House Civis runner.
Okay, we're reading this, right? Not
Oh, it's a memory crystal, so it should play.
okay.
Oh, okay.
So as you guys and your various NPC companions, gather together in the dining room, Lily will get up on a chair so she can put it in the center of the table, and activate it. And then standing before you in his tattered Siren uniform is none other then Jerek Vrain, the leader of the Ashbringers.
Oh, what the?
And I now have to read something. So, you hear, "Hello, Rose Gold. I just want to make a few things very clear right now. I know you're all thinking it based on our history, but this is not a trap. It is not a threat, and most importantly, it's not an apology. No, what this is context. I saw the ruins of the last stand, and so I know you've been pursuing me. But I will not bother then to waste your time with the how, for I'm sure you and your enterprising companions are now fully well aware of Project Phoenix and what it cost me by destroying the last stand. However, I feel like your assumptions are rather superficial, for you do not know the why. As I awoke from the profound betrayal at Seven Spears to find everyone I loved transformed into vile monsters, they were at least alive in some form. And that's when I was promised by Seer and House Vidalis that if I helped end the war, they would be able to find a solution and restore them to who they were. Better than who they were. Strong enough that it would never happen again. And as you have no doubt been apprised, and some of you more intimately acquainted than others, I did terrible, unspeakable things in order to facilitate that solution. And every step of the way I was told I just needed to do a little bit more, and the war would end, and they would be able to save them. But then Seer was gone, consumed in its own self-immolation by its own hubris, and all the people that made their promises were gone. Now I will admit I found this dispiriting when it occurred. I had given up everything to see the ones I loved brought back to who they were, as you would no doubt do yourself if you were confronted in such an issue with the ones you cared about. But there was no one, and I was alone, surrounded by monsters, and everything I did was meaningless. Now, I will admit, I, in those moments, thought, what would I do next? But thankfully, in my wanderings, I was delivered the promise of hope. For I stumbled upon the site of Seer's own suicide. Peacemaker. A flawed plan, but something that clearly could be fixed if I could only determine how. Thankfully, there were significant memory crystals remaining, indicating who worked on this project in the first place. And so I had my comrades journey to Drome so as to find them. And I will say, I just was lucky enough to run into who I'd been looking for, the insane shell of a man, the Lord Artificer. And I managed to put him to work, fixing what he could not properly execute in life. Now, I've done a lot up to this point, to ensure that no one else had to die to facilitate this, I made sure to allow you to live, to make sure that my comrades didn't kill you when they had the chance all those times. I even told your friend Kamar about what was going to happen on that ship. And you can imagine how I feel now when I stood over the smoking crater that was the last stand, only to find out that it all comes down to you. You see, there was a problem with what I was told. I was told that as long as their souls were in their phylacteries, they could be saved. They just needed the right thing to be able to rejoin them, uncorrupted and pure. But you destroyed their phylacteries, no doubt assuming this would prevent them from hunting you down when you tried to kill me. Well, they're gone now. Their souls have become one with their body, and suddenly that promise no longer will hold any merit. Originally, I intended to use Peacemaker to hold the kingdoms hostage until they figured out a solution. But it seems that more extreme measures will be necessary. For you see, I don't feel like that will be enough anymore. I think that they will require more incentive to fix this. If their souls have joined as one, there will clearly need to be more extreme remedies in the future. Now I know you all have very close ties to Sharn, and so I feel, as a bit of quid pro quo, it'd be best that I demonstrate there first. But I don't mean this to sound like a bad guy. I know that what you did you felt like was right. But don't worry. You'll know what it's like to lose everyone you love and everyone you cared about. And maybe, just maybe, you will live long enough to understand how I feel now. And in that time, well, maybe we can get that much closer to being even. Ashes to ashes. And you start hearing a list of addresses start playing in the video, and you recognize them. Euphoria, you know your apartment in Sharn that Augustus and Oriana and the kids are at. You know Moorgrave University. You know the gym that the coach works at. You know Lady Cryotrixia's house. You know the orphanage, Lady Rei's chapel. And as their addresses start finishing, you look outside your window and you see what appears to be a second sunrise emerging inside of Greywall, but it is not centralized. And in that moment, you will have a great rush of blackness towards your mansion coming out of seemingly nowhere as this light consumes part of the city. And you see Prince also sit bolt upright as he transforms into his full archfey form as your house becomes absolutely enshrouded in black and white as you feel a pulling sensation back from when you were in Halloween on on Fey Day as you are pulled into the Shadowfell as a great cresting wave of light smashes against the front of your mansion. And in a simultaneous state, you see the front of it dissolve in some form of real space as the dilapidated ruins of your mansion form into existence in the Shadowfell. And then, for the briefest moment, it is nothing but silence as you see Prince straining to hold the energies around your house. And with that, we will end here for tonight.
Oh my god. Oh
The second
no!
sun has hit Greywall.
Oh my god.
God.
All right, everyone.
Who knew
Oh,
there'd be
no.
consequences to our actions?
Who knew?
What do we do?
See, you all wanted to kick Prince out for being a fae, and now look what happens.
Is it a consequence of our actions if it was part of the plot?
Yes.
Yes.
We chose
Yes.
to move the plot forward.
Yep.
Oh man, I really thought Jerek was just gonna pull up and fight us at our house, but no, he had to go the lame route. Fucking loser.
Flame route?
Just show up, throw hands.
Yeah. So-called hero of sire, SMH my head.
Well,
Jeez.
I hope you guys had fun tonight, and there will be some fun and exciting events for next session as the party deals with the consequences of their actions. So, I know it's ending early tonight, but I feel like it is best to end on that little cliffhanger than to keep going. So, I hope you all had fun tonight. I hope my players had fun. I hope that there will be some anxiety as about what will happen tomorrow. Next session. If you haven't done so already, please go check out all of my wonderful players. They're all great beings in their own right and deserve your love and attention. If you also haven't done so already, please give me a follow here on Twitch, give me a sub over on YouTube, a follow on Twitter, and you can join my Discord, the Eternal Citadel, and be a part of my incredible community. We will be back here on Wednesday, where I will be taking another stab at Solstice. It's been a while. I think I'm ready. I'm ready for more mediocre action RPG. It'll be fun. We'll make fun of it. It'll all be a good time. We'll see Fem Guts being Fem Guts, and we'll hopefully also get more Dilf Guts action. So with that in mind, I hope you guys enjoyed your night, and we shall be beginning our La Raid. And we're going to raid somebody who actually raided us last week, who is an artist normally, but he is currently streaming some Monster Hunter Rise. So let's go send him some love. His name is Draco Raylan.
Ooh.
If you're a follower, please copy down the call to hugs. If you're a sub, please copy down the knight's message. And let's go send, 2 big beanfuls of love over to Draco. Have a great night and the sweetest of dreams. Bye!
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.